Everyone, myself Chinmay Siri from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bangalore. Today's subject is Principle of Programming in C, and the topics is Structure of C program, Quadratic equation, while loop and do while loop, formatting input and output statements, and pointer. Structure of C program. The basic structure of C program is divided into 6 parts which make it easy to read, modify, document and understand in a particular format. C program must follow the below mentioned outline in order to successful compile and execution. Debugging is easier in well structured C program. Sections of C program. There are 6 basic structures responsible for proper execution of program. Sections are mentioned below: documentation, preprocessor session, definition, globalization, global declaration, main function, subprograms. This is the structure of C program. Documentation. This section consists of description of program, the name of the program and the creation date of the program. It specifies the start of the program in the form of comments. Documentation and can be represented as these two types. Here it can represented as 2 slashes or 1 slash and 1 star, and anything written as comments will be treated as documentation of the program, and this will not interface with the given code. Basically, it gives an overview of the reader of the program. Preprocessor session. All the header file of the program will be declared in the preprocessor section of the program. Header helps file us to access other improved code into our code. A copy of the multiple file is instead into our program before the process of the compilation. Example: hash include stdio.h, hash include math.h. Definition: preprocessor are the program that process our source code before the process of compilation. There are multi steps which are involved in the writing and execution of program. Preprocessor directive starts with the hash symbol. The hash defined preprocessor is used to create constant throughout the program. Whenever this name is encountered by the compiler, it is replaced by the actual piece of definition code. Example: hash define long ll. What are quadratic equations? Quadratic equations are the polynomial equation of the degree 2 in one variable of type f of x is equals to ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b and c belongs to R and a is not equals to 0. It is a general form of quadratic equation where a is called as leading coefficient and c is called as absolute term of f of x. A quadratic equation will always have two roots. The nature of roots may be either real or imaginary. The real general form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c. Example: 4x square plus 6x plus 12. The roots of the quadratic equation are given by the quadratic formula: x is equals to minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. The terms b square minus 4ac are known as discriminant. The quadratic equation, it tells the nature of roots. So here we gonna use the above logic to solve this problem. Let us take a look at the algorithm and flowchart, have a better understand. So here, if discriminant is greater than 0, this formula gonna use, and if discriminant is equals to 0, this equal formula gonna use. If discriminant is less than 0, this formula gonna use. This is a algorithm to find the roots of the quadratic equation. Algorithm starts off by taking the coefficient of the equation a and b and c from the user. After that, the discriminant is calculated by given formula. We will now check whether the discriminant is greater than 0. If yes, then the roots of the equation are real and different. In the discriminant, if the equal to 0, then the roots are real and equal. If the discriminant is less than 0, then the roots are imaginary and different. This is a flowchart of the quadratic equation. So it starts with start and read coefficient a, b and c from the user. The discriminant, this is the calculation part what we use in the program. So it is checking whether true or false condition 2 times and giving the output. And finally comes to stop. This is a code and this is a program to execute the quadratic equation, and this is the output what we got after the execution of this program. So next topic is while loop. The syntax of the while loop is while test expression and the body of the loop. How while loop works? The while loop evaluate the test expression inside the parenthesis. If text expression is true, statement inside the body of the while loop are executed, then text expression is evaluated again. The process goes on until the test expression eval to false. If test expression is false, the loop terminates, ends. So this is a flowchart of the while loop. So we can see this is a flowchart of the while loop. Test expression, if true, while loop body, if false, stop. This is an example of the while loop. So here we have initialized I to 1. When I is equals to 1, the test expression I is greater than is equals to 5 is true. Hence the body of the while loop is executed. This prints 1 on the screen and the value of the I is increased to 2. Now I is equals to 2. The test expression I is less than equals 5 is again true. The body of the while loop is again executed. This part 2 on the screen and the value of I is increased to 3. This process goes on until I becomes 6. Then the test expression I is greater than equals 5 will be false and the loop terminates. So here the execution takes place. and if I is less than or equals 5, then greater than or equals 5, it will go out of the statement and the return statement is executed and the output will be given. This is the output of the this example statement. Do while loop. The do while loop is similar to while loop with one important difference. The body of the do while loop is executed at last once, only then the expression is evaluated. Syntax: do, the body of the loop, while expression, and test expression. How do while works? The body of the do while loop is executed once, only then the test expression is evaluated. If the test expression is true, the body of the loop is executed again and test expression is evaluated once more. This process goes on until the test expression becomes false. If test expression is false, the loop ends. So this is a flowchart of the do while loop. So do while loop, if true, test expression, if false, stop. This is an example. This is the output. Here we use do while loop to prompt the user to enter a number. The loop works as long as input works is not 0. The do while loop executes at least once, that is first iteration runs without checking the condition. The condition is checked only after the first iteration has been executed. So here, first then enter the number. Here the printf works first, enter the number, then after this scanf scans the number what we given, then the while loop executes until the statement become false. It executes, then return statement is executed, and at last the sum, when the return statement is false, the sum is executed. So here, after the execution of all the statements, the sum is executed. So here, formatted input and output statements or functions. Formatted input and output functions are used to take various inputs from the user and display multiple outputs to user. These types of input-output functions can help to display output to the user in different formats using format specifier. The input-output supports all data types like int, float, char, and many more. Why they are called formatted inputs. These functions are formatted input-output functions because we can specify input and these functions, and hence we can format these functions according to our need. The following format input and output function will be discussed in these sessions: printf, scanf, sprintf, scanf. So this is a printf and scanf. Printf function is used in a C program to display any functions like float, int, character, string, etc. on the console screen. It is a pre-defined function that is already declared in the header file stdio.h, and this is a syntax. We use any variable, printf, format specifier, and variable. It is a going on variable up to the end. So this is a scanf. Scanf function is used in the C program for reading or taking any values from the keyboard by the user. These values can be of data type like integer, float, char, string, and many more. This function is declared in the header file stdio.h. That's why it is also a predefined function. In the scanf function we use AND operator, which used to store the variable value of the memory location of the value. It is same as input, but the scanf is the function used AND function in it syntax. Yes, printf. It is a printf stands for string pointer print. The function is similar to printf function, but prints string into a character array instead of printing it on console screen. It is same. The array name only difference. Array name included in the printf, excluded in printf. This is a scanf. scanf stands for string scanf. This function is similar to a scanf function, but this function reads only the data from the string or character array instead of console. So this is a syntax. Only array name is extra from the scanf. And so next topic is pointer. What is pointer? C pointer is a derived data type that is used to store the address of another variable and can also be used to access, manipulate, and variables data stored in the location. The pointer are considered as derived data type. With pointer you can access and modify the data located in the memory, pass the data efficiently between the function, and create dynamic data structure like linked list, tree, and graph. This is a pointer declaration. To declare a pointer, use dereferencing operator followed by the data type. This is a pointer operator. Syntax, data type, and the pointer operator and variable name. And example, char, pointer operator, and ch. The pointer operator is star, the multiplication symbol in the C programming. So pointer initialization. After declaring a pointer variable, you need to initialize it with address of another variable. Using the address of another operator, the process is known as refreshing a pointer. This is a syntax. Pointer variable is equals to AND variable. So for initializing, AND variable is used. So this is an example. Int x is equals to 10. Int star ptr is equals to and x. So this is a program we use it, and this is the output. So the pointer is defined as it is a variable which stores the address of another variable. So pointer also stores the address of another variable. Thank you.